who's the assistant professor of English at LISA College, Kaidapoil, and also Dr. Prashant, who is the head of the department of RSMS English, RSMS NDP Yogam College, Koilandi. Welcome, Subin, and welcome, Prashant, sir. And Subin, over to you for a few words.
Right. Thank you so much, Prem sir, for inviting me here. And it's really a good year coming up in the year 2021. So I wish all my students who are here online a very best. We have already discussed all these portions, and Prashant sir also is here. So be with us. Do like and subscribe our channel and visit our channel for upcoming videos. And most probably classes are going well, we hope. So this will be an additional resource for you, which you can refer to at any time. And do share this thing with your friends and other colleges also. Thank you so much, sir. And over to you.
Thank you, Subin. And the autonomous colleges are going into their internal examinations, I think from next week onwards. So this will be a perfect revision time for them. And for the others also, it's nice that you are joining in so that you will also have a head start with many colleges have still not started their lessons, especially the distance education students. So once again, I encourage all of you to keep continuing looking into this channel, EnglishSkillsOne, and the YouTube channel, so that we will keep adding more and more videos. Ways with Words is also coming in. Most probably, Ways with Words will be continued on Thursday, and this will be on Tuesday. Of course, we may have a little bit of gap in January because we need to give time for the second years. For your UG first semester, you can treat us as your friends, because we will be with you for almost always till you reach your fourth semester. So stick to the channel, subscribe to the channel, tell your friends also about the channel. Over to you, Dr. Prashant.
Good evening. Good evening, all of you. Happy to be with you again after the Xmas holidays. We will be looking at the diphthongs today. And I would like to tell you that all those who have missed the class until this particular point can visit our website and view the earlier channels. Those students who joined late in colleges, those students who are new to this particular platform, they can go back always and visit the previous videos that we have uploaded and do the exercise. I'll be sharing the questions. That is the most important part of all these lessons. I'll be sharing the questions at the end, and I'll be sharing all the questions that we have discussed right from day one. And you can take the screenshot, but I'll be discussing only the questions relevant to this particular video today, right? But earlier questions you can view, and of course, you can definitely try to answer these questions by taking a screenshot, or this question paper will be available after the module gets over. We will be placing all these questions on the platform again, and also we'll be trying to find answers to this as well. So over to Prem for this particular session. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Prashant. And good evening, Gayatri, Adira, Najad, Adira MK, Gautam Krishna, Vishnupriya, Lakshmi, Nitasha, Krishnapriya. So many are joining in. And we are so happy to see you all over here. And I'm going to play the video. You can have we will be closing by 10 o'clock. Don't worry about that. We actually started now at 9 o'clock because many of you all wanted it to be slightly late. And that is why, and all of you are night owls, I think. You all sleep only at 12:30 and 1 and all those things. So I think this should be quite a good time for you. So keep this 9 to 10 session free for us, so that we'll be able to give you a little bit of knowledge, and that little bit of knowledge will definitely go a long way in your studies. If you look at any phone in your phone, when you look up the meaning of any word, you will find these transcriptions, and all these transcriptions follow IPA. So definitely you need this, and keep looking at the video. I'm going to share the video, and it's going to be played now.
to another session of the Sounds of English Language. And in today's class, we'll be discussing the diphthongs of English language. In the previous class, we have discussed the pure vowels of English. There are 12 pure vowels in English. And in today's class, we'll be dealing with the diphthongs, which are 8 in number. So we should know what is a diphthong. A diphthong literally means double sound. That means two sounds. Di, die refers to two. And pure vowels are referred to as monophthongs. Mono means single, one. Diphthong means two sounds. It is also known as a gliding vowel. This is another name for diphthong. It's called as a gliding vowel. It is also called as a vowel glide. It is a combination of two vowel sounds. So what happens when we pronounce a diphthong? A diphthong, as we have discussed, consists of two sounds. Two vowel sounds combined together to form a diphthong. So it is not a single sound. There will be two sounds. In the case of pure vowels, we have said that pure vowels will have only a single sound, monophthongs, whereas diphthongs are formed by combining two vowel sounds. And so what happens when you pronounce a diphthong as the tongue moves or changes its position during the pronunciation of a diphthong. When you utter a diphthong, when you pronounce a diphthong, as it consists of two sounds, the tongue will have to move from one place to the next. We shall discuss that later. Again, to make it more clear to you when we take the case of a diphthong sound. We'll come to that. It is also called as a compound vowel. So there are so many different names for a diphthong. It is called as a compound vowel. In the earlier slide, we have seen that it is called as a vowel glide. And then again, it is a complex vowel that changes its quality. They are vowel glides or vowels with changing quality. So diphthongs are sounds that change its quality, unlike monophthongs. When we look at the definition of diphthongs, diphthongs are sounds during the articulation of which tongue first takes the place required for the articulation of the first sound and then moves towards the position required for the articulation of the next sound. So, a diphthong consists of two sounds. When we utter a diphthong, first we have to make one sound and then immediately make another sound. This is how we pronounce a diphthong. And in English language, there are 8 diphthongs. Diphthongs are also vowels. Okay. See, with this diagrammatic chart, which illustrates the 8 diphthongs of English language, matters can be made very clear. All right. So I hope you are thorough with your pure vowels, because that is very essential to understand diphthongs. Both are related. Okay. The symbols that we have learned for representing sounds in pure vowels will also be used to indicate the sounds in diphthongs. Let us just take the first sound. Okay, look at the first box. You can see two symbols. Okay, the first one we have learned in the list of pure vowels. Even the second one we have learned among the pure vowels. The first sound is E. Second one is A. The first one is E as in the word sit, bit, kit, all these. The second one is the last sound which comes in words like teacher, father, mother, farmer, the last sound. Okay, a sound. So the first sound is E, the second sound is A. Both these symbols are familiar. Okay. So when we read these two sounds together, it becomes ear. Look at the example there. It is here. The R is not to be pronounced. Okay. The letter R is not to be pronounced. So the pronunciation of the word which is given there as an example for the first sound is to be pronounced as here. Here, her sound is there. For H, we have to sound her. And then E-R-E, the remaining three letters are to be pronounced as ear. So it is here. H is there. That H denotes the sound her in English. So, her plus ear will give you here. Alright. Now, whatever I have said earlier, it can be made clear with the help of this example. Again, look at the first box. Alright. So, diphthongs means combination of two sounds. Here you can see the first diphthong is ear. The first sound is E. Second sound is A. Both these sounds combine together to give us the diphthong ear. Okay. So in the case of pure vowel, when we learned E separately as a sound, the short vowel sound E, as in sit, kit, bit, all these words. When you say the sound E, please say it along with me. E, you have to feel it. You have to feel the movement of your tongue when you say E. Alright, all of you should say it loudly. E. So when you say E, as in the case of the pure vowel, the tongue takes a particular position. When you are not saying anything, when you just keep your mouth closed, relax your organs in the mouth and keep it closed. At that time, your tongue is in the rest position. The tongue is not moving. You are not talking, and don't play with the tongue. Just keep it there. Just be it there. Comfortable. Alright? In the mouth. Lay it down. So what happens? The tongue is at rest. From that rest position. Alright? So all of you keep your tongue at the rest position. Okay? From that rest position, say the first sound E. E. So from the rest position, the tongue moves. In order to make the sound E, the tongue moves. Fine. So in the case of pure vowels, when you say the sound E, you begin with a particular position in order to say the sound E. And till the time you complete saying that sound, the tongue remains in the same place. The position of the tongue does not change when you say the first sound E, as in the case of pure vowel. Alright? E, the tongue doesn't change its position. Again, all of you keep your tongue in the rest position once again. keep it in the rest position, let the tongue relax, and then please say the second sound. You can see the cursor, the second sound, the sound, the last sound in the word mother, the last sound in the word mother, the sound. So keep your tongue at rest position and say Now please once again say the first sound E. Now say the second sound Feel the movement of your tongue. E, 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 the tongue moves, right? The tongue takes two different positions while pronouncing these two sounds. The first sound is E, the tongue moves forward. Second sound is A, comparatively the tongue moves slightly backward. So, E is one sound, A is another sound. When these two sounds combine together to form the diphthong, it should be pronounced as ear, ear, ear. See, now definition of diphthongs also becomes very clear once you identify this. So diphthongs means combination of two vowel sounds. That's what we have seen. The pure vowel E and another vowel A combined together to form the diphthong ear. And when you pronounce this diphthong ear, what happens? The tongue first takes the position required for the articulation, that is the production of the first sound E. Okay? The tongue first takes the position required for the first sound E. And then immediately the tongue takes the position required for the articulation of the second sound A. That is how we have the sound. That is how we make the sound ear. Ear. Okay? ആദ്യം ഫസ്റ്റ് സൗണ്ട് ഉണ്ടാവണമെങ്കിൽ ടങ് ഒരു പെർട്ടിക്കുലർ പൊസിഷനിൽ പോയി നിൽക്കണം. അവിടെ പോയി നിന്നിട്ട് ഇ എന്നുള്ള സൗണ്ട് ഉണ്ടാക്കിയതിന് ശേഷം ക്വിക്ക്ലി ഇറ്റ് ചേഞ്ചസ് ഇറ്റ്സ് പൊസിഷൻ. ടങ് പൊസിഷൻ മാറ്റും. കാരണം അതേ പൊസിഷനിൽ നിന്നുകൊണ്ട് നമുക്ക് സെക്കൻഡ് സൗണ്ട് ഉണ്ടാക്കാൻ സാധ്യമല്ല. അത് കാരണം ഇ എന്നുള്ള സൗണ്ട് ഉണ്ടാക്കിയതിന് ശേഷം ക്വിക്ക്ലി ദ ടങ് മൂവ്സ് to the position that is required to make the second sound A. അപ്പോൾ രണ്ടും രണ്ട് ഡിഫറെൻറ്റ് സൗണ്ട്സ് ആണ്. അപ്പോൾ ഒരേ സ്ഥലത്ത് ടങ്ങിനെ വെച്ചുകൊണ്ട് നമുക്ക് ഈ രണ്ട് സൗണ്ട് ഉണ്ടാക്കാൻ പറ്റില്ല. അപ്പോൾ എന്ത് ചെയ്യും? ടങ് ആദ്യം ഫസ്റ്റ് സൗണ്ട് ഉണ്ടാവണമെങ്കിൽ എവിടെ പോയി നിൽക്കണം? ഒരു പെർട്ടിക്കുലർ സ്ഥലത്തിലേക്ക് മൂവ് ചെയ്യണം. അപ്പോൾ അവിടേക്ക് വരും. അത് കഴിഞ്ഞ ഉടനെ തന്നെ സെക്കൻഡ് സൗണ്ട് ഉണ്ടാക്കേണ്ട പൊസിഷനിലേക്ക് മാറും. സോ the tongue moves from one place to another place. This is what we have discussed in the definition of diphthongs. See, now this will become clear to you. Diphthongs are sounds during the articulation. Articulation means production, of which tongue first takes the place required for the articulation of the first sound and then moves towards the position required for the articulation of the next sound. I hope it is clear now. Tongue takes the position required for making the first sound and then it quickly moves to the required position that will enable us to make the second sound. So the tongue's position moves from one particular position to another position. That is why we say, or that is why we call diphthongs as vowel glides. You know this term gliding. Birds, സാധാരണ ഈഗിൾസ് ഒക്കെയാണ് നമ്മൾ ഗ്ലൈഡിങ് മൂവ്മെൻ്റ് എന്ന് പറയാം. വളരെ സ്മൂത്ത് ആയിട്ടുള്ളൊരു മൂവ്മെൻ്റ് ഉണ്ടാവും. ദേ ക്യാൻ കീപ് ദെയർ വിങ്സ് സ്റ്റഡി, വിങ്സ് ഒന്നും അനയ്ക്കാതെ മൂവ് ചെയ്യാതെ. യു ക്യാൻ സീ ഈഗിൾസ് മൂവിങ് ഇൻ ദി എയർ. It is called as a gliding movement of the bird. gliding, very smooth movement. Such a movement is the kind of movement taken by the tongue while producing a diphthong. So tongue moves, tongue glides. One position to position the tongue glides or the tongue moves. That is why we call diphthongs as vowel glides. Vowel glides. All right. So this is how diphthongs are formed, by combining two vowel sounds, two pure vowel sounds. So the first one we have seen, the first sound is E, the second sound is A. So the first diphthong is ear. The example given there is here. Now take a look at the second column here. The second one, the first sound is A. A as in pen, A as in bed. So the first sound is A. Second sound is again E. Second sound is again E. So we have A, first sound, followed by E. So what is the diphthong? A. The first sound is A. Second sound is E. The diphthong is A. Look at the word given here as an example. It is weights. Weights. A sound comes. The underlined letters denote the diphthong A. Okay, weights. Now look at the next sound. The first sound is familiar to us. We have learned it among the pure vowels. It is U. The first sound is U. Second sound is again A. So we have the diphthong U-A, 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 U-A. You can observe the movement of the tongue. Alright? U-A, U-A, U-A. So how do we read this word? This is an often mispronounced word in English. Alright? This is tour. Tour. That is the correct pronunciation. Okay. Tour. Tourist. Next one. The symbol is, the first symbol represents the sound O. O. Second one is again E. So the diphthong is Oi. The diphthong is Oi. Look at the word boy. The letters O and Y denote the diphthong Oi. So it becomes boy. Next diphthong, the first sound is A, second is U. So what is the diphthong? How do we pronounce this diphthong? The first sound is A, second one is U, and so the diphthong is O, O, O. The example is show, show. These are words we mispronounce. Most of us read this word as show, show. It is not O. It is not the pure vowel O that comes at the end of the word. It is O. So it should be pronounced as show. Alright. Let us move on to the next one. The first sound is A as in pen. The second one is A. So how do we pronounce this diphthong? The first sound is A. Second one is A. Say it along. The first sound is A. Second one is A. So the diphthong is A. 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 Look at the example given there. Heya. 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 Her sound is there. Heya. Heya. Alright. Next one is the first symbol indicates the sound A. Now this is a symbol which we have not learned in the or among pure vowels. Of course, in the pure vowels, we have the sound A. We have A as well as A. Both these sounds are there among pure vowels. But we use different symbol to denote the sound A when it refers to a sound in the pure vowel. We have not marked that A with this symbol. But when A comes among diphthongs, this is the symbol that we use. I hope it is clear. നമ്മൾ പഠിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട് പ്യോർ വവൽസിൽ നമ്മൾ ആ എന്നുള്ള സൗണ്ട് പഠിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. പക്ഷെ അത് ഇങ്ങനെയല്ല. പ്യോർ വവൽസിൽ നമ്മൾ എഴുതുന്ന സമയത്ത് ഇങ്ങനെയല്ല ആ സിമ്പിൾ എഴുതുക. ഓക്കെ. ബട്ട് when that sound comes in diphthongs, it is marked or it is symbolically represented as this letter. Okay, this is the first sound over here. In this word, in this sound is, the first sound is A, second sound is E. So the diphthong is I. Diphthong is I. See here, the example is my. The letter Y stands for the sound I. That's why we pronounce it as my. My. A and E together form the diphthong I. Now the last diphthong. The first sound again it is A. Second one is U. First sound is A. Second sound is U. So we have the diphthong ow. Ow. A. U. Ow. The example given here is cow. Cow. O-W. Letters O-W represent the sound, the diphthong sound ow. Alright. So these are the 8 diphthongs of English language. Let us read it once again. Please read along. Ear as in hear. A as in wait. Oa as in tourist. Oi as in boy. O as in show. Air as in hair. I as in my. Ow as in cow. So these are the 8 diphthongs. We shall elaborate these further with more examples. Now look at this slide. First, we shall discuss diphthongs gliding towards E. Diphthongs gliding towards E means diphthongs that end in the sound E. We have 3 diphthongs that end in the sound E. Take a look at this again. See, here in the second column, all these 3 diphthongs, A, Oi, I. All these 3 diphthongs end with the sound E. That is, all these 3 diphthongs have the last sound E. Alright, now let us move ahead. Yeah. The first one is A. A. I have given some very common words. 8. We have the sound A. Aim. Pain. Play. The last word is often mispronounced. Most of us tend to pronounce the last word as play. It is not play. What is the last sound? The last sound should be the diphthong A. So the pronunciation is play. Now look at the second one. This is I. Examples: I, eyes, 5, 5, by. All right. Third one, the sound, diphthong sound is oi. oil. Examples: oil, joy, boil, tie. Let us move on to the next slide. Diphthongs gliding towards O. That means diphthongs which have the second sound as O. We have two diphthongs with the second sound as O. The first one is O. O. A plus O gives us the sound O. As in old, open, boat, go. Now the problem with this sound is we don't have such a sound in Malayalam at all. Okay? And since we are all learning English as second language, and we learn this language after learning Malayalam, so what happens is we tend to replace the sound with a convenient sound from Malayalam. Okay? നമുക്ക് എന്നുള്ള പ്രത്യേകതരത്തിലുള്ള സൗണ്ട് മലയാളത്തിൽ ഇല്ലാത്തത് കാരണം നമ്മൾ എന്ത് ചെയ്യും, മലയാളത്തിൽ നമുക്ക് ഓ ഉണ്ടല്ലോ, ആ ഓ വെച്ചിട്ട് ഇവിടെ അങ്ങ് അഡ്ജസ്റ്റ് ചെയ്യും. That is why our pronunciations go faulty. Now look at the first example given here. This is commonly pronounced as old. O, നമ്മൾ ഓ മാത്രം പറയും. But it is not to be pronounced like that. The pronunciation is old. So it should be old. Look at the second example. It's open. It is not open. It is not O. It is O. So it should be pronounced as open. The next word is boats. The last one is go. It is not go. Go is a wrong pronunciation. The correct pronunciation is go. O should come at the end. The letter O in the word go represents the diphthong O. So it is go. Now look at the next diphthong, that is ow. Ow. We have as examples out, the first sound in the word out, mouth, the second sound in the word mouth, again the second sound in the word sound. Sound. In the last word, we have the last sound as ow, that is now. The last sound is now. Alright. So we have two diphthongs that end with the sound O. Now these are diphthongs that end with the sound A. We have three diphthongs that end with the sound A. The first one is ear. Examples are ear, the R is silent. Alright, the R that comes at the end of English words are usually silent. So we have ear. The second example we have near. See, you have to see that pronunciation is ear. Okay, near, tear, fear. All these have got the same diphthong sound, ear. Next one, seventh one is oor. Oor. Examples are poor, tour, sure, pure. So this oor comes. Poor, tour, sure, pure. Okay. Now moving on to the last diphthong sound, that is a. A. Examples are air, fair, care, stayer. Okay, you have to see the sound air in all these words. Air, fair, care, stayer. So these are the 8 diphthongs in English language. So we have discussed all of them. I hope it's clear. In the previous class, we had discussed pure vowels and diphthongs together constitute the 20 vowels of English language. You must master all these sounds. That's all for today, and thank you so much.
So thank you very much, Vidya. Vidya is assistant professor of English at RSM SNW Yogam College, Koilandi. And so we come to the end of the revision for the sounds, wherein we have the videos for vowels, consonants, pure vowels, monophthongs, and also diphthongs now. So please look into those to the videos, and if you have any confusion or any clarification regarding all this, we can answer you personally. You just need to give us a WhatsApp message. I'll put the number in the chat box. Prashant, are you there? The questions will be coming soon from Prashant. Prashant has kept a few questions ready for us. I will just get him on the line. And you know, studying this would always be very useful for you, because any word you can get its transcription presently in the search bar. As you look into any search bar, you can find that the words have their transcribed section plus the meaning of it. Prashant sir,
Yeah.
the lesson is over.
I'm here now. Lesson is done. We will be moving to our question answer session. Now, Prem, you can make me the co-host so that I can share.
Yes, you've been made co-host.
Yeah, thank you. So we'll be moving, as I said earlier, we'll be moving to the question answer session right from the very beginning, where we have done the earlier sessions. Yeah, now we can perhaps move into this particular first part of it. So we can all see that now on screen. Hope it has come. I'm just waiting for the YouTube viewers. Yeah, Prem, the screen has come, I suppose.
Yes, it is. It has.
Yeah. So now we have the questions coming up for you. These are the questions that we prefer to ask from the first part of the module 1 that we have already done. So those who missed this particular session can take a screenshot and try answering the questions. We have already answered all these questions. Now, if you have a doubt, you can place it in the chat box so that we can help you in answering the questions. Otherwise, we'll be just skipping this and moving to the question or maybe session that we have done today. There's also from the first part and from question 18, you find a different color, meaning that is from the second part of the program that we did the last time, the particular session on vowels. That also hope you have taken the screenshot, those who have missed it. And this is also part of the question that from pure vowels, we are trying to cover almost all the questions so that you will not have any problem in answering questions in the university question paper. We will have we expect to have the same kind of a questions. Definitely, you can get a question with a different sound or a different word expression like that. Yeah. Now we come to the today's session. I hope it's available. I mean, it is visible for you now. From question 36, we would like to take up today? Yeah. Question 36. Hope it has come on screen.
Yes, it has come. It has come.
Yeah. Now define a diphthong with an example. The questions can be worded differently. Illustrated a diphthong. What is a diphthong? Or it can be define a diphthong. Or you get a question like how a diphthong is different from a vowel. So I think Vidya, when this particular session, where Vidya Vishwanathan has been doing this particular session, I hope she's all familiar with you. And she has defined this in number of different ways. And a diphthong is a combination of two sounds, two vowel sounds. Or maybe you can also answer as diphthong is a vowel glide. That is another word you need to learn, vowel glide. An example, you can give any example from the 8 diphthongs that we have already done. And question number 37, you have the what is a vowel glide? Again, the same question. Either of these questions will definitely figure. So you can say that a diphthong is called a vowel glide because it glides from one position to another position. One vowel position to another position. Example, ia, ua, or any example you can give. And question 38, you can just see that why it is called a glide, because it glides from one particular sound to another sound. So that is why it's called a glide. The difference between pure vowel and diphthong is that pure vowel is vowel of unchanging quality. It doesn't change at all. It is the same sound. But diphthong, there is a change. It changes from one position to another position. So it's called a vowel glide. How is the movement of the tongue during the articulation of a diphthong? I mean, almost in same line, in the position of the movement of the tongue during the articulation of a diphthong is that tongue begins from one position and glides away to another position. Maybe I would say that it begins from the position of E and moves into the position of A. So it becomes Ia, E and A together, or A and A together, Ea, or U and A together. So it begins from one position and moves quickly to another position. That is it. And question 40, vowel glides are sounds with dash quality. I think Prem, they can answer that question in the chat of.
Yes, question 40.
Yeah.
Please answer in the chat.
Yeah. Question 40.
Yes, Nitasha has said class was super. Thank you. Nitasha, you need to answer question 40.
Yeah. Now we are waiting for the answer.
Yeah, we're just waiting. Yedu also in the meantime says, yes, it was easy.
Yeah, sure. But if we don't get the question answered, I think your comments may not make sense.
It's just coming in. Change.
Yeah.
Changing quality.
Yeah. It's coming. Right. Yeah. Yeah. When they come in battalions, not in single Macbeth.
Good Ardra, Adira, Vishnupriya, Reis. Good.
Yeah. So there is a concept. The moment you see the word vowel glide, you immediately, what should come to your mind is change. Because it is not consistent or constant. It is of changing quality, right? Yeah. So thank you all that for answered. There is still time. We can still answer.
Yeah. Thank you, Gopika, Divya, Twaha, Nitasha. Okay.
Yeah, everybody, right? Yeah, a few more are answering. Very good. We appreciate your enthusiasm to answer. Yeah. Now we move to the next question, 41. Hope it has come on screen.
It's
maybe
just come.
Yeah, just come. How many diphthongs are there in English? Maybe when all of you know the answer. And now 42, you can answer 42. I mean, I've picked very consciously, I picked those diphthongs which you can actually write. There are certain diphthongs which you cannot write because symbol writing is not easy. Identify the diphthong in C or W.
Okay.
You can answer that now.
Yes. I think it will take a little bit of time. Still the changing is coming in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One question is almost sure from this part. You may not get a question like C or W. You may get a different word. But a question is Sure. Yeah, 8. Some of you have answered it. Yeah. Actually, I mean, I would like you to answer question 42.
Yeah.
We can't write the symbols, but you can.
Yes, in this particular thing,
This
you can.
particular symbol you can. That is why I asked this. Yeah. Answer is, I mean, Rogen is done, but you can write. Yeah. Others have answered it right.
Yes,
Because both
Rogen,
these sounds you can represent in letters. Rogen, you can just look at others how they answered it.
Yeah, Rogen, you can look into Dia, Varghese and all,
Yeah, they've answered it. It's easy, not very difficult. But of course, there are certain symbols which you cannot write by using the maybe the mobile word pad.
Yeah, and Rogen 8 is actually the number of diphthongs. Actually,
that's a question 41. That is an answer to question 41, right?
Yeah, there is a time lag.
Similarly, you can also try identifying the diphthong of HAIR and POOR.
Yeah, so we'll do
final that
question 43 now. Question 43. Let's have
HAIR. The middle sound, which is the diphthong. HAIR.
That time lag actually, it's still the AU is still coming in. That's because they must have started late.
Yeah, maybe.
Listening to this. That's okay. We just move forward. Question 43, the answers have not yet poured in. You could also go in for question 44 along with this.
43, even if you just avoid H, you still get the answer.
AE. Yeah. Ear. Hair. Yes. I think Jifna onwards is correct.
Yeah. It is other way around. Rogen, you put the symbols, I mean, reversed.
Yeah, reversed.
You should put it the other way around.
And Prashant sir, it should be in slant lines?
It should be. It should be in slant lines when you take the exam. It should be in slant lines when you take the exam. But unfortunately, you don't have time for that now.
Yeah, but it should be like this.
Yeah. Okay. So if you just write it, you read it as a letter of alphabet. You read it as E and A. Only when you put it within a slanting line, it is read as a phonetic script or maybe a sound. Right? And some of you even answered the final thing. Jifina has answered UA. That is answer to the question number 44. Yeah, Rogen, you got it right now. Now the final question, 44, I think we have just received only one answer. Yeah, right. Now distinguish pure vowel from the diphthong is the final question. Pure vowel is a vowel of unchanging quality, whereas diphthong is a vowel glide. That's the answer. And in the paragraph session, we have not done paragraph yet. I said I'll be doing the paragraph question, answering the paragraph question only towards the end of the session when we complete this particular module. So the question from today's part is diphthongs in English. Just like you have vowels in English, pure vowels in English, we have diphthongs in English. If you get a question, you have to define what is a diphthong, and you need to write all these diphthongs with an example. And when you write the example, you also give example of this particular diphthong or each diphthong with respect to the position in which they occur, initially, medially, and finally. So I'll be answering this question when we finish this particular module. We'll be answering the paragraph questions and essay questions at the end, as I said in the first class. Now I think, Prem, we have almost done this particular, and the focus is on now answering the short questions, and paragraph and essay questions will be discussed only at the end of the class. Maybe we'll devote one particular session for answering paragraph questions and essay questions, right?
Yes, and also we'll be trying to identify the sounds also, so that we'll do it in a sort of multiple choice format, so that it'll be easier for you to understand. Anyway, today we are closing now. Usually you keep this 9 to 10 session for us, so that we'll be able to give you more and more information like this. Base with words would be coming up most probably on Thursday.
However, and also tell Prem that this particular video will be available on YouTube.
Yes,
you can watch it anytime when you pass the information. Only thing is that you cannot interact with us.
Yeah, and always try to make it interactive, so that you will be able to interact with us via chat. Of course, we are moderating it, so we wouldn't like cross comments in between. So you could also always talk to us. There is no problem regarding that. Yes, I think there is some typing mistake. Whatever it is, I think now I hope you've understood that, and hopefully we will be coming back, and definitely you will be making it better and better. Thank you everyone for joining in, and please keep sharing this. Also, we would prefer if you could also write a comment before you go, as to whether the class was okay or not.
Yeah, and a big thanks to Vidya Vishwanathan, my colleague, for uploading this particular video with us.
Yes, big thanks to Vidya, Dr. Prashant, and of course Subin for their participation.
And also teacher participants like Manjusha, who joined from Balkad.
Yes, and of course to all of you students who have joined from 5 districts. Thank you very much, and good night.
Good night.